Spoiler alert. Animals were harmed in the making of this video. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another one. It's another build and hunt video. We're going to make this extremely unique slingshot. Then we're going to take it out and do a little hunting. See what we can come up with for dinner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. First thing that we need: distilled white vinegar. Any vinegar will work. We're going to pour about yay much into a jar, inch or so into a mason jar. Ball of steel wool. And we're going to let that sit. You'll see. I got a piece of leftover red oak. As you can see, I've got 2 slingshots templated on there. That's this slingshot. And in between those 2, I'm going to smash some red canvas micarta. There we go. We got our pattern traced on our red canvas micarta. That's going to get cut right now. We're going to use the flat sides for our gluing surfaces so that everything mashes up nicely. We've got this red canvas micarta that we're going to put in between them. There we go. That's our slingshot glue up right there. We got our blank glued up. We're going to let that dry. Let me go have a sandwich. See you in a bit. That saves me quite a bit of time. As you can see, it's nicely rounded out already. I do got to work on the tips a little bit right here. You can see I don't like routering all the way out to the tips, especially where I've got to like engage the blade, because it'll take a chunk and spray it out. So I try to avoid doing the tip. I'll do that with a rasp and a sanders. And yeah, we're coming right along. I'm going to put another piece of micarta on here and here. Maybe another thin sliver of oak, just so I can round this out and get a nice meaty handle. But we got us a slingshot, man. Here's what I use. This is an Amazon wood rasp. This is one of my favorite tools for just removing wood. So I'm going to use this to clean up these corners that are still 90s. This one, that one. Perfect. There we go. It doesn't take a whole lot. This is a pretty aggressive rasp. I got these in several different sizes, but all right. Next, we're going to glue on our swells. That'll add a little bit of flavor to the build as well. For that, we're just going to use a piece of scrap from the micarta we cut off earlier. Just to reiterate, with these highly polished plasticized materials, you need to sand them so that you get a physical bond as well as a chemical bond with your glue up. you want to do this while your swills are still flat. Oh yeah, that'll glue up nice. Cool. I'm just going to super glue that in. Ready to insert pin. I'm just going to use my favorite Gorilla Glue. You got to make sure that your pin's inserted with your logo facing the direction you want it, because you got no time at all to turn it. Alrighty, here we are. Kind of nice being in the shop with a little bit of sunshine. Anyway, read my micarta. That Lynx is sitting face up. Should be right in the center. If it's not right in the center, I'll change the handle to make it in the center. The nice thing about having some material left. Anyway, yeah, I've still got to round all this out, so be good to go. Obviously, I'm going to cut this off on the bandsaw. Nice thing is, it's brass, so it's good and soft. I can just on the bandsaw. In fact, I'll take you over there and show you right now. Here we are, roughed out, routed, pin installed. Now I just need to take off this and kind of round this handle out. This is kind of the final shaping area. There's a couple of bumps right here and here that I need to take care of. And we'll chop, I don't know, 1/4 inch off of each fork. And then it'll be sandpaper time. Stay tuned. Palm swell. Palm swell. All right, it's magic time. We started this slingshot endeavor 4 days ago. This is what we've come up with. That is red oak and red canvas micarta. The finish we're going to use is what they call vinegaroon in the leatherworking world. So it's just steel wool that has been at least partially dissolved in vinegar. You saw me throw this in there. As you can see, there's a rust line, and I've been dipping my fingers in it to test its effectiveness. The last couple of days, just seeing. Last time I made this was when I lived in Hawaii, and it cooked way faster because I left it out in the sun, or maybe I used finer steel wool. I'm not sure what temperature has to do with the breakdown. I don't really know the chemistry behind it, but it works really well. So this should, in theory, turn this almost jet black, because there's lots of tannin in the oak, and it should leave the micarta bright red. Let's give her a go. Dedustify my rag. Give it a dip and a generous application. It's certainly starting to darken. It's not immediately black. We'll see. It may take another application, but we'll see what we can get out of it. Alrighty, I'm gonna let that dry and I will check back in with you in a few minutes and see what kind of progress we have. If we need to apply again, we can and will. That's where we're at so far. We've certainly darkened up a lot, but we're not like black. So we will add another one. See if we can't get it like pitch black. 2 coats, very black. It did dampen the red a little more than I thought. This one I did second. They're identical. Pin and everything, but pretty solid before and after comparison, eh? Really blackens it up good. Let's throw a little super glue on it and see how she looks. I'll do this one later. I think that's super neat. I hope that red really pops off when it's finished. Hang in there. This could potentially be very, very cool. I love when experiments go well. I can see it great. I don't want to show it to you too long, but the red's definitely popping. I'm going to set this down and let it dry, and we'll get back to you. Got him. Nice shooting. Talk about threading the needle, man. That was way in there. Here we go. Plunge into the bushes. Best way, best route, best route. There we go. New flip works. 14-yard shot. Whew. Right at the base of the skull. Separated the spine from the skull. He just turned over. No big deal. No pain, no suffering. Lights out. Yeah, boys and girls. A nice snowshoe hare. Good clean shot on it, real close, about 8 yards. New flip that you watch me build. That's ebonized red oak and red canvas micarta. Shooting GZK green 25-20 taper. It's cold weather, and as you can see, it's cold weather. I don't wear gloves much, but it's 7 below zero. So, all right. So I just wanted to show you this real quick. I know you've heard me grumble in previous videos about how quickly GoPro videos died. So I found a couple of pieces to a solution. One, I got Wasabi batteries, which is like an off-brand, and they're far better with the cold. The second step is heat packs. I got to put about a finger's width of angle in my head mount just to get the right viewpoint so that it kind of sees what my eyes see. Anyway, that leaves just enough to drop in a hand warmer and then rubber band it around the front underneath the lens. And it holds it in there and keeps it warm. Today started out at about 7 degrees below zero when I left, and then when I got home it was 3 above. So you'll hear me say it was 7 degrees below zero in the video. It was somewhere between there and 3 above, if I'm going to be 100% honest with people about the temperature. Anyway, GZK cold weather bands operate really well in the cold weather. I'd imagine that's colder than most people shoot, and they did just fine. Even out at range, 14 yards or so. Stay warm, everybody. Stay safe. I'll see you in the woods.